good. Just taking it one day at a time, taking as much treatment as I can. But overall, feel pretty good.
Does it limit anything you can do physically, or is it more just dealing with the pain?
Honestly, I haven't been out to practice or tried to throw the football or anything yet, so it's just been basically how I feel when walking around and trying to do movements and stuff in the pool. So, I can still, jog and run and do all that kind of stuff, but haven't tried playing football yet. So.
What was it like Monday morning when you woke up? Adrenaline was gone, pain, anything like that?
Just sore and stuff. And then when I got in the treatment room, they just did some, tests and stuff on me and whatnot. So, it wasn't like excruciating pain or anything like that. So this is where I was at, just sore after a game.
Christian McCaffrey was saying after the game that when he first got here, you were helping him run through plays because he was just learning the offense. And he was talking about how grateful he was that you were doing that for him. And I think conversely, what was it like for you? And what did you learn about him during that time? And that there's this big star and he's relying on me to run plays with him.
Yeah, Greasy knows the McCaffreys and stuff, so I think Greasy might have told him, hey, get Brock, he knows the backup, he can help you out with anything, just so you don't, have to take Jimmy's time or anything like that. So I was always open to help out Christian and stuff, and he definitely, just the way he went about things and studying how serious he is with literally everything that he does. I'm like, man, this is what greatness looks like, this is why he is the way he is. But yeah, it's pretty cool that, we'd always sit down and, go over the scripts together before the game. Literally, he wanted me to read every single play. He would say where he's lining up, what he's doing, his assignment. It's wild. And I was like, dude, that's insane. But, and to see how fast he learned stuff, when he got here and has been able to literally know our playbook already, inside and out, it's been wild to see. So, it was definitely cool, having him sort of take me in a sense too, hey man, just give me advice about the NFL and how he's had such a great career and everything like that. So it's been awesome, man.
Jimmy,
as a follow-up to that, the offense has really taken off since Christian got here. When you're out there with him, how do you feel the defense, kind of the gravity of Christian and the attention that's paid to him?
Yeah, I just feel like they always have to account for him because he can do so much. He doesn't just run the football. He can do stuff out of the backfield. He can line up out as a receiver and make plays that way. Literally, there's so much. He's like a Swiss Army knife. So I feel like they always have to account for him. And then on top of that, you got George, B.A., Ray, Juwan. So we have all these weapons, and then Christian can do everything. So I'd imagine it's sort of a nightmare, being a D coordinator trying to plan for Christian.
I think Jimmy has described it as Christian sees the field like a quarterback. In your time with him, was it like, oh my God, you're just like a quarterback in that way?
Yeah, no doubt. Even just being in the huddle, his presence, and sort of taking command and charge when I'm getting the play call. He does a great job of just keeping everyone under cool, being calm and collected. But then also, within his routes and stuff, he knows what we're reading, where he's supposed to be. Sometimes being a receiver, you see things differently, but that dude is he sees it as a quarterback first and then runs it. So he definitely does see it as a quarterback. It's nice.
How quickly were you able to put the aftermath of a pretty incredible day behind you and move on? It became such a big story and everything with your family, and it was everywhere, and everybody was talking about it. But how did you kind of get through that and move on?
Yeah, I think Kyle did such a good job of just getting everyone's attention after the game. Man, we can celebrate this next week. After we get through this Thursday night game, it's a quick turnaround. Our bodies have to recover as soon as possible, and then we got to be able to literally play another game in 4 days. So I feel like it started with him and his leadership, getting everyone's attention has been great. But for myself, that's the thing. I don't want to get caught up in all this noise and stuff, and then all of a sudden play Thursday night and I'm not prepared like I need to be. So it's definitely been a challenge in terms of getting the body right and moving on. And now we already have installed meetings and everything and getting ready for Thursday. But at the same time, Seattle has to do the same thing. So,
Mark, what's the most daunting atmosphere you've ever played football in your life?
Probably Norman, Oklahoma. Against OU. So that was every time we went down there, it was always a great game, and those people I feel like we're breathing down our necks, and there's 90,000+ people, so you really can't hear yourself think or anything. So that's probably one of the best environments I've ever played in.
That would prepare you for what you might encounter in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably the most, I guess, hostile environment that you could probably play in, either here or Arrowhead. So I'm excited for it. All these guys have played here, you know, a bunch of times. So just hearing them out, what's good and what's not in terms of communication and operation. So we'll be ready to roll.
Brock, you guys have the opportunity to win the division if you win the game. Is that a point of conversation, or is that something that you just know if you take care of business that comes with it?
Exactly. I think it just comes with winning. You know, if we win the game and just do our job and just look at it like it's another game, and do our thing, then we'll be just fine. But you know, Kyle has made sort of, you know, some points like, you know, where we're at in terms of the standings and whatnot, but it's not something that we talk about all the time. Something that he hits on it, and then other than that, we just play our game and play football, and we want to win every single game. So.
Well, what have you learned about, I guess, it can be a good thing to be hard on yourself and very demanding and have high standards. What have you learned about maybe finding a balance between beating yourself up and, I guess, giving yourself a little grace?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I played 4 years of college football, and the first couple years, for myself, like they were fun. Like whether we won or lost, I was having fun with football. But then, as I became an upperclassman, the junior and senior, I took more, you know, responsibility, and I feel like I just added unnecessary pressure on myself just because I was so hard on myself. So that definitely helped me with where I'm at now in terms of enjoy, you know, what you're doing, be real with yourself, like how can you get better and all that kind of thing. But at the same time, if you're hard on yourself 24/7, it almost becomes detrimental to your game. So finding the fine line of, you know, being real, being hard on yourself, but enjoy what you're doing and, you know, winning and all that kind of thing too. So I feel like my years of college have helped me with that.
How do you approach this week from the standpoint of getting your body right and getting your second NFL game plan that's, you know, designed solely for you, but playing on a Thursday night and, you know, being in tune with it mentally on top of everything?
Yeah, I feel like this is part of the game. A lot of the guys have said, you know, welcome to the NFL, you know, in terms of you get banged up a little bit, you gotta be ready to roll in 4 days, you gotta learn another install, you gotta memorize plays, you gotta get guys going around you. So I mean, this is it. This is, you know, the best of the best, and for me, I look at it as a challenge. Like, I can prove to myself that, you know, I belong here and I can play here and I can do all these things. The challenges of, you know, being banged up and having to go out and perform, and especially in the crucial part of the season where, you know, it's going to take what it takes. You know, there's no regrets, you know, moving forward or anything like that I want to have down the road. I want to make sure that I give everything I have right now, and so it's a great challenge for myself.
With that in mind, how helpful has it been to have someone like Brian Greasy, who's been in a very similar situation?
Yeah, Greasy's been awesome. I mean, he's literally played our position. He's been in the NFL for 11+ years as a player, and then obviously all the commentating that he did. But he can relate to us quarterbacks. You know, he does a great job of telling us about situational football, where we're at in the game, or just even, you know, in meetings and stuff, talking about his career and what, you know, it looks like to be tough, what it looks like to be real with teammates. So he's done a great job of just pouring out to us everything that he has with his experiences, and it honestly has helped all of us, like Trey, Jimmy, myself, all the quarterbacks now in the room. So, you know, we're very thankful for Grease and his experiences.
Guys have talked
Last one,
about
guys.
the sort of swagger and confidence of lately, correcting guys that are veterans and not being afraid to, you know, do so pretty bluntly. Where does that originate from with you, and how do you play with that sort of confidence? Have guys done it for years?
Yeah, I've sort of hit on this before, but it's not, you know, something like, you know, I'm going to go out and be this guy just because I played now. It just comes with the position. I know that everyone wants to win in this organization, and I want to do what it takes to win. And so if that means, you know, getting guys' attention in the huddle at practice or walkthrough, whatever it is, I just want to do my part. And that, being a quarterback, that comes with it. So, again, it's not something I think about like, oh, I'm going to go out today and practice and show guys. It's nothing like that. It's getting guys' attention and doing what it takes to win. And if that's jumping on guys that are veterans, that's what it takes. It's what it takes. So that's how I look at it.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Just